Hi there, this is Dawn. Welcome to my art room and welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this video I'm working on the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Volume 8 Gathered Things, and the prompt for this week is trims. And I've, procrastinated a little bit because I didn't know really what trims I wanted to put on. Being very envious of the beautiful old trims that both Rachel and Sarah have. Then I was like, I don't know what I want to put on mine because I haven't got any of them gorgeous ones. So I went looking and, these are sort of the things that I think will probably go on here in some place. I found quite a bit of this, which is really just, a lace edging, but I figured, well, it's kind of a trim. That I thought I might like to use because it's been tea dyed, and so there's a couple of different ones, and that's all I have of them. I've got this I've probably got some of that white still, and I probably even have some of it dyed, but I've got other trims that I think will work even though they're mostly lace. Technically this is a trim, a lace edging, but I don't think, I thought about it and then I thought I've got these other, these blue things that I've been cutting out of the tablecloth and putting around the place, and I think that's probably enough of that. So I don't know what I'm going to do in this video. I just decided that I was sitting here procrastinating. I might as well procrastinate with you. I'm not going to put it up on the wall because, or on the, my design sheet thing that I've got hanging in the window, because I just don't want to. That's all. Can't be bothered. How about that for a bit of honesty? Just can't be bothered with doing that. So I thought I'm just going to try and manage here on the table. I found this gorgeous piece of trim that I don't know where I got, possibly in Ballarat at the patchwork shop, Gail's Patchwork Emporium. She brings in a lot of beautiful French trims and braids, and I've used a piece of it once before sparingly, and I thought, it's you can have these things sitting around for a long time and not use them or put them on something. And I think I'm going to put it on and I'm going to cut it in half. So I've got a piece here and a piece somewhere else. So yeah, so I'm just having a play. I don't know how I want to add the trim. This is some beautiful embroidered trim that a friend of mine gave me from an aunt who's German, who deceased, and we believe that this would have been brought over from Germany. Beautiful, beautiful trim. I don't have heaps of it, but I actually thought it might work on this quilt. But until I've done it, until I've added it somewhere, I won't know. I've got some old bits of like eyelet. This would be more eyelet than a broderie. It could be termed as a broderie because it's still stitched around. Eyelet broderie, whichever. And it'll probably look quite good. But I do have this bit of broderie, which is, I don't know if it's dyed or if that's the colour it came. But do you want to see it? There. It looks yellow, but on the screen, but it's not. It's like a coffee colour, which means that I probably did dye it. Oh, I don't know if I did or I didn't. No idea. So yeah, so I just thought, while I procrastinate, I might as well talk to you and procrastinate with you because I don't actually know where I want to put things. I've got some gorgeous trims that I've dyed myself and wondered whether they'd look quite good, actually emphasising those blocks even more, even though there's, this, the edging that's not faded. So yeah, so that's where I am. I've got this lovely piece of it's got a name. What's it called? Oh, gone. It's like a handmade lace that I've dyed. Oh gosh, I can't remember. I'll think of it, and as soon as I stop thinking about it, I'll remember it. More lace that I've dyed myself. I found this one here that I thought might actually look all right, but it kind of is nearly mauve. And so I don't know. Every time I put it on something, you can't see because I put it off screen. So I'm keeping that just as a just in case. So I've got these bits of bias tape, probably a Tilda or a Liberty, maybe a Liberty. Yep. Scrap. I've got some of that lace not dyed, so I can always dye a bit more if I feel like I need to. And I've got this one here that I kind of like. It's really probably what you would call a braid than a trim. It's just all these little roses or flowers all joined together, but for some reason I like that one. I've got some others that might make an appearance. I don't know what I'll do with them. That bit doesn't need to be there. Another piece of that beautiful German braid. That's gorgeous. It's just probably the wrong colour blue. Oh, it might actually work because I've got that flower. Wait on, I'll show you in a second. All right, you've seen the selection that I'm trying to make up my mind from. I'm going to put them beside me. And I've got this one here that it's not old. I don't know where I got it from. Somewhere. It kind of looks like it's been pre-used. But, oh yeah, it may have been. Oh, it might be older than I think. Where it's been pulled out of something. So yeah, that's where it was stitched on. All right, that could be a contender now. I wasn't thinking it was going to be, but now it might be. All right, I need to just move these things over to there. Before I do that, I'm just going to pin these while I'm talking to you. It's going to be on my knee in a second, or on the floor, one or the other. I might try and get it on my knee rather than on the floor because it'll drag down if it's on the floor. Don't drop the pins. And I'll show you what I've been working on, because what I decided to do was get cracking on some of the quilting, because I thought this is going to be done and I won't have the quilting done. And it's such a big piece because I didn't pre-quilt it before I started it. I'm just moving my felt mat under, and I'll try and keep my eye on you. I found this doily in amongst my things and just decided that it needed to have a home. And I think while I'm here, I'm actually going to cut this trim. I think I'll use this smaller one. I've just got a scrap basket here. Cool. I've added a little bit of twirl here. All right, I'm going to just pin this on. I just felt like I needed a bit more yellow up here. And this piece here, the hexagon, I cut out of some of the fabric that's left over from the free motion machine embroidery. I'm just going to give it a quick shot with the iron because it's just got all that, it's got all that black on it and I don't want it Be good if I could get the iron over here, wouldn't it? Let me give it a whirl. That's a bit easier. I should get my little one out. Right, now, but I just wanted to get rid of that black line simply because I just thought it would be nice to add some of that same colourway, which is what I cut the flying ducks out of. I asked my mum about the flying ducks. She was rapt. She was looking at it and, you know, she was very enthralled with the, you know, with the fabric that Rachel printed with the, you know, what looks like cameo on it, and might have been a bit jealous of that fabric, I think, so I'll have to go look for some for her. Anyway, I was telling her about the, you know, the whys and wherefores of what I was doing with the quilt. Looks great on the floor, by the way. I put it on the floor for her because she was sitting on the couch, and I said, "I'll have a look at this, what I'm doing." And anyway, she remembered the flying ducks. She said, yeah, she definitely had them. She said they were blue. I said, well, I might not have ever remembered that they were blue. But anyway, she said, yes, no, she definitely had them. She couldn't remember the dogs on the hearth until I started to talk about it. And then she was like, oh, yeah, I do remember. But she said, I don't think they were Scotty dogs. I said, oh, well, never mind. They are on my quilt, Scotty dogs. So there we go. So that was nice. Nice to have that little bit of a chat with her about it because I wasn't sure. I feel like I want a bit of that up there, but I don't know which way is the right. Maybe that way. It's really hard to tell which is the right side. What I do is I look for some stray threads, you know, just there. If it will focus, is it focused? There's like this little carrier thread. You probably can't see, it's too little. Those threads aren't on the right side. And yeah, see these ones down the leaf here? They're not on the right side. Well, so I presume this is the right side. So I think I might just add a bit of that, but I'm going to do, see how what I did there as I trimmed around the flower? I'm going to do the same thing. All right, let's do a bit of that. Well, I don't want to destroy the flowers, so, and really they're kind of like all that there is to it. All right, yep. And they've got that nice bit of edge, and I just thought they might look good there with that yellow. Well, you know, they're a subtle add. They're just subtly added. Yeah, maybe over the top. All right, put that one there. And you know, it's just tempting to add braid all around the edge, but I just don't want to do that. And so I'm not going to do that. But I do need to pin down what I've done here. All right, that can be there in a minute. The lace over there is pointless because I can't reach it. What about one of these? All right, let me move the scrap bucket. But I thought an additional bit there. All right. Which leaves me some room to put something here. Don't know what. Does it need to be that long? Or does it need to just... It needs to kind of join those up together, I think. So yeah, so this was my deliberation. It's totally a deliberation because I actually don't know what I want to do, which is why I don't want it up on the window. Because I can't do this on the window. It needs to be flat. But I'm quite pleased with how the rest of it's going. Do I want that there? Do I want that there? Oh no, I liked the idea of that there. Oh yeah, maybe there. Maybe that can go there. You can see that bit of green through there and then the bit of mustard through there, which I think is okay. I think I'd rather that than it be too centred. Gosh, I don't know. Now I like it. I like it in all those places. Huh. Well, there we go. I'm going to pin it there because I actually don't mind it there. So what I'm going to do is pin it and then let it sit. I won't be stitching today, I don't think. It's a busy day, busy weekend coming up. It's Friday afternoon. I don't know when I'll get around to finishing it, and maybe not until next Monday. Because we've got heaps of things on this weekend. So one grandson is doing grand final basketball tonight. I'm going to take my mum and my stepdad, who are interested in the things they do. Oh, golly, why on earth? What is in there that I can't get it through? Blimey, it was like trying to pin in through a bit of wood. Anyway, yeah, they want to come. So we've got to go pick them up that way and then turn around and come back past our place back the other way to where the basketball is. So that's, probably an hour out of our way. No, not quite. It's not an hour out of our way. It's about 40 minutes, which is not anything. And then do the same in return, take them back to their place and then come back home again. So that'll be the end of tonight. And then tomorrow, we've got to go to Melbourne. We don't have to go. We are going to Melbourne to see our other two grandsons play finals for their basketball. They're the league that they play in, because one's country and the other boys are suburban, or whatever they call it, and they're out of sync, which is a bit odd. I think we've only got like 2 more weeks and it's school holidays, so that's the end of then things till the following, till after the school holidays go back. I don't think they start. Oh, yeah, they might do. Well, sometimes they go straight into the very next season. Anyway, they're all going into finals, the other two. So one is big boys, which is always a bit scarier to watch. They're all so tall, Our eldest grandson is head and shoulders above me. I think I come to his armpits. And he's not old enough to be that tall, but anyway, he is. So he's got the 10-year-old, 11, the one that just turned 11 last week. He's first, and then his brother is. I think there's 20 minutes after the start of the first game. The second game starts, so we'll be running backwards and forwards. Luckily, they're playing at the same place, which is, thank goodness. And we don't have to go sort of like anywhere else or miss one. So that's nice. We get to see everybody, and we don't always see the big guys play all the time because they play at funny times, and we missed them the last time, so it'll be nice to go back and watch him play again. And then on Sunday, my son is throwing his wife a surprise 40th birthday party. I can talk about it because it'll be all over and done with by the time you see this. So I've been doing a bit of cooking for it. And this morning I made a cob loaf that I'm going to re-cook on Sunday morning with a dip in it. So that'll be nice. Made sausage rolls last weekend. They're all in the freezer, so we've done that. And so then I'm going to have the day with my sister and my mum on Monday. That's there we go. There's the next 3 days. Done and dusted. There's never a time when I go, what will I do today? I don't wish that. I would hate to be that bored like that. All right, so there's one bit of trim, which is not exactly trim looking, is it? But I'm just continuing to add to the background fabrics all the time. This was a toile that I bought actually when I was in Japan, but it's really a French, based on a French design. And then I've got those couple of bits up there. So there's a bit of trim. Cool. All right, and I'll show you what I've been working on because I've been very busy. I've added the start of an embroidery here that I'll continue to work on. Made the Suffolk puffs for the flowers. I finished this one, which I really liked the look of. That was quite nice. And what I've been working on a lot is the cantha stitching or the quilting to get everything embedded down. I've been working on it throughout many of the areas. I haven't completely gone over the whole of this side. I feel like I'm going to knock something on that side there. I didn't know whether I was going to add any trim there, and I just might. Let's have a look at something while we're talking about it. I've got a bit of thread here that I'm going to continue around with because, like I said, I wasn't sure whether I was going to add anything more there. Oh, I really like this one. I think I'm going to add a bit more here. The other one is just up above it. Am I going to get the whole one in? No, probably not. It's just kind of just there. All right, so it's not far away, but I actually think it could work in there. Not the whole lot, but certainly some of it. What about some of this? Actually, that's gorgeous. What is it called? It comes in bigger bits. That's beautiful. How much of that do I want to use? Do I want it to go all the way? That's pretty lovely. All right, I'm going to pin it and then make a decision as to how much of it I want to use. I hate it when I can't think of something that's going to annoy me. but it is lovely. Very lovely. All right. Let's just put a pin in it to hold it so I don't lose it. Done that bit. All right, so where I've gone next is across the middle. So I've been stitching, gone across my favourite doily, added those extra bits of fabric in there. I'm going to shoot those pins flying in a minute, so I'm moving them. So this one went very, it obviously wasn't flat when I stitched it down, so it's got a real wibble on it, but I don't mind it. I've been stitching around these bits as well, so they've got plenty of the stitching going on in here as well. No, not that one. Paul's got some music playing very loudly. Paul? Thanks. I don't think we need that music. I don't know, he was watching something on his phone. Wasn't really his choice of recorded music, I don't think. It might look all right around something. You know, like a almost like a frame. Not enough to go around it, but now it looks like a frame on the wall. No, maybe not. I mean, it already looks like that, doesn't it? I suppose it doesn't really matter because all of these doilies have that sort of look, don't they? All right, that might be another one. I don't think I've got any more that'll... not enough of anything, I don't think. Oh yeah, maybe this one. Maybe. Or maybe this one. Yeah, this is a littler one. Oh, I think the darker one might work better, but that's easily fixed. I can tea-dye it. That's a bit more subtle, isn't it? Doesn't stand out quite as much. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Let's just pin it for now. I think I can... All right, pins. Where are they? Cool, I'm getting this trim done while I'm talking to you. You haven't even gone on stop yet. That's good. Well, no, I'm not going to stitch, I don't think. I'm going to I'll add it by very small stitching all around. It won't need to be in that canthus style stitching because I've already done that to this. Well, I actually haven't done it to this one, but I could. I've started to. Done it to this one up to here, so this is where I'm up to. So it could get included in that. I don't even have to re-stitch. All right. And there's a little bit more left if I want it for anywhere else. But like I said, I'm going to leave all of these on here and have a bit of a think about it and decide whether or not it's going to stay. You know, sometimes you have to walk away after you've made decisions, and I do that all the time. I don't necessarily always just go bang, stitch it down. I often do have a bit of a think about it. But I was thinking a bit of this yellow in here might have been good in here. I'm not going to get it anywhere in here, I don't think. No. Well, it might make an appearance later on something. No, I don't know. Oh, I've got that beautiful German one. That probably needs to go in here. So I think it needs a bit of needs a bit of yellow in here. Excuse me. Oh dear. Breathed in funny. All right, I'll leave that one there for the minute. So the other bits that I have been working on are goodness, choke. Finished thread painting the bird. Oh my Lord. I'm sorry. He glows. But that's just the light. He doesn't really, well, this one's not bad. This one's like a pearl cotton, where this one's stranded cotton. Yeah, these are stranded cotton and that's pearl. Those ones there are pearl. But I think that really has made that look good. And the other bit that I've done is the embroidery at the bottom here, still in that same idea. So this is probably another spot for some trims. Definitely I want to put trim on this piece here because it's, you know, breaking away. I'm going to actually put this bit of blue on here. Not quite that much. The reason is because I've got, you know, this blue willow up here and I've got these blue flowers here. I almost think I might be able to get away with it if I could find a pin. It'd be even better. Here. See how this is sort of broken away. This is funny sort of fabric. It's not really. I don't think it's cotton, but I don't really know what it actually is. You know, this is that old quilt. Oh, I'm going to put it there because I reckon it might work there. I think it might work there. Us Aussies using those funny slang words. It's a hard habit to break. I think it just needs another bit of fabric there. Got another bit of this twirl. Let's have a go with that. That's probably better. And then all right. That's a thought. That is a thought. It may or it may not happen. It needs to just come up over that a little bit more. But it's beautiful. It's quite old. She probably has a bit more of it. I could, see if I could have a little bit more of it. But it was actually her husband's aunt, and she just was an amazing seamstress. Made absolutely everything. And when she passed away without her own children, without any children. She never had children. And my friend's husband, and that it was his aunt. So they inherited many of their things from the home and from the family home. And some sewing supplies were in there, and she thought that I might like some. I don't know what I'm going to do. Don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. It's not going anywhere just right at this second. Cool. But down here could probably have some trim. So this is the very bottom right-hand square under the ducks, under my flying ducks. I didn't think I was going to use that, but maybe I am. And now I'm thinking I could use it in another place as well. All right, scissors. Cool. I don't know where you cut it, I think. I don't know where it came from. I don't know whether I got this one when I was in Japan. It might be. It might be one that I got in Japan. Oh yeah, I don't mind it. You know, it sort of kind of works with that a bit. I mean, I don't want everything matchy-matchy, but I don't want it to, I'd like it to complement another, look a bit cohesive. And it's, once I started to do all that canvas stitching, it really made it look like, it embedded it down and made it look like a piece of quilt. Or a quilt, not a piece of quilt, a quilt. I've got these little black hexagons on this side. And I was just thinking maybe a bit of, and what I might do is repeat this in other places so it makes sense. Yeah, I think, where do I want this to be cut off? Yep, there. Yeah, and then that one there. So both of those like that. I don't mind it. They've given that a bit of an edge, bit of a frame, bit of border. All right, I might go and repeat that idea in other places because I quite like that. So I just got to find that wherever else it is. Maybe there's some at the top. All right. And then really all I'm going to do with the matching thread is I'm just going to do, a little running stitch or a little, tack it down. It doesn't need to be more than that. Oh, I've got this one here. So I don't want the orange one as well, I don't think. I wondered how that would look together. Not horrible. All right, I'm going to cut a bit off. If I don't use it, I'll use it on something else. All right, pop him in there. Oh. Oh, you know that phone will just keep doing that. So when I look at it, and it's probably Spotlight or somebody telling me they're having a sale. No, it's just the fruit and veg people telling me they're having a sale. Cool, good. I knew that would happen, but if I don't look at it, it just keeps doing it. I actually don't mind both of them on there. I know that sounds funny, but again, I'll leave it till I make a decision. Sorry, flapping my hands. I was looking for the pins. I wasn't really flapping. But I am going to go back and add some trim to other areas in a similar way. All right, so this is the corner that's pretty much complete, and there's really not room to put much more. This is a bit of a daggy edge, so oh. I don't think it needs it on here. Nope. That's not going to go on everyone then. But here, there's a bit here that could probably benefit from it. Don't know if I want this one. Or this one. Neither, neither, I don't think. All right, let's keep going back around. I'm going round and round now. I think that's all right on that one. Gosh. Whether this is dusty or something. Yeah. Maybe I'll put it going that way for a change. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to keep on repeating this idea throughout. I think having the same trims will have it make sense. Looks like they're supposed to be on there. I haven't just picked up everything I've got off the floor. Put it on there. All right. I'm wondering about a bit on there. Oh. Be good if you could see it. There. Yeah, I think it actually Looks all right there. Good. All right. Well, you've just listened to me for 45 minutes deliberate over braid. But I thought, you know, those sort of planning things are really... Nah, that looks silly there. Those planning things are hard, and yeah, without spending the time on it, putting it on, putting it off, putting it on, putting it off. So I think I'm going to do that. I'll take a bit of a photo and I'll talk to you again next week. See you later.